Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Christina and today we are building a motel. And this has been sitting in my Sims folder for a minute now. If you know me, you know that's very typical me. I build something and then it just sits there for months while I work up the courage to do the voiceover. Because, yeah, I don't know, I chose this. I chose to make videos about Sims and doing voiceovers, and I always hate actually doing it. So yeah, classic me. But anyway, here we are. I'm doing it. Be very proud of me. Let me just tell you how long it's been just sitting in my folder waiting for me. Because it started with actually Lil Simsy building a hotel. I think it was, it's been so long. It's kind of a wintry log hotel with like 4 rooms or something. And she used that video as like a little presentation. Well, she also made a video with an actual PowerPoint presentation. But she like talked about how much she wanted hotels in The Sims. And then I thought, okay, I want the same thing. I really, really want hotels in The Sims. So I wanted to also make a hotel/motel video where I was like, yeah, I support this. Excuse my voice. It's my first speaking today. It's the morning, so if I sound a little, that's why. So excuse that. But yeah, she talked about how much she wanted hotels and made some good arguments and had some really good ideas as to how that could work in The Sims. And I just wanted to make something being like, hey, I also want this. So maybe the Sims team will listen. And then I built this. I got a lot of inspiration from some Pinterest pictures. I'll talk about that in a second. So I started building this, and then right before I was gonna do the voiceover, as if I was gonna do that right after. Anyway, just after I finished building this, they announced for rent. And I thought, oh, okay, never mind then. They actually did it. So not actually hotels, but close enough, I think. So what I really wanted in The Sims was a hotel pack. Excuse me, my voice is very raspy. Is that word? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drink some tea. I wanted specifically hotels, motels. So like an extension to get to work, I think. So it's very focused on the business side of it. I thought that could be very fun. So have like a hotel manager and have staff that you can hire, and I'm thinking about, you know, Home Alone 2 when they're in that hotel in New York City and Tim Curry is like the hotel manager or desk person, the receptionist or something. Like that whole gang could be fun to manage in The Sims. And then obviously also build the hotels yourself and assign spaces to different rooms that people can rent. And the reason why I wanted specifically hotels and motels is because I wanted to be short-term rentals. So not actually apartments, but I think in the new pack you can just set your rent terms to be short, I'm guessing. But since it's for rent and it's made to be apartments, I think that it's gonna be long-term things. So it's gonna be like people's homes and not hotels and motels and like temporary accommodations for your Sims. So I'm interested to see how you can play with it as a temporary renting solution or whatever. I think it's coming out today or tomorrow, actually, the pack. I have a code for it, so I'm gonna be making something. I'm thinking I'm gonna do... sorry if you heard a beep, that was my keyboard turning off. So I'm gonna be building something soon, I hope. I'm thinking about making a small Christmas-themed hotel. So basically just a little hotel and then have it decorated for Christmas. Because it's that time of year. And yeah, let's see if I actually do that. Yeah, I don't upload very often because I just wait for inspiration to hit before I do so. So I never like force anything out. But yeah, if you've been here a while, you know that about me. It's my uploads are few and far in between. Yeah. So yeah, the reason I want to make a small hotel is because I watched some videos about the new pack, Sims 4 for rent. Not the best title. Let's get back to that. And people can talk about what was I saying? I'm sorry, I just completely lost it. Oh yeah, that you can only have like 6 units per lot, which is fine, I guess. I would have hoped for like 8 or 10 maybe. I think 6 is few, but I'm sure they've play tested it and had people try it out and see what would work. Because I can imagine if you are playing as the manager, it would be a lot of work to help all the residents in 8 or maybe 10 units. So I'm guessing that's why it's only 6. And I also found out that you can get like a mod or something that would allow you to have 99 units per lot. And then your game just can't run it. Like it will crash all the time. So I'm sure they have that all figured out, that 6 is the limit of having an actual functional game, but also have like a handful of units that you can play around with. And yeah, I can imagine it would be difficult to keep an overview of all your units if you have like more than 6. So I'm fine with that. And as you can see in this build, it's more than 6 units. I haven't counted, but it's a lot. So I'm imagining, now in this build I have not used the new pack, so maybe you can add to it if you get the pack or something. Yeah, it's way more than 6, and I can imagine you can just build your apartment building or hotel, motel, however you want, and then just use some of the units. So I imagine you can maybe play with this and assign units to 6 of the rooms, maybe 6 rooms in the front of the whole thing, and then maybe lock the doors of the rest and just have them there as decoration, or just like the look of the whole place. I'm not sure how that will work, but in my head would work fine. Because I really like this look of a very mid-century modern, a very American motel. So yeah, let's talk about the build finally. So as you can see, it's very mid-century modern. It's very classic motel from an American movie. And I wanted to make it like a bit of a spooky build. It was before Halloween, so I was like working up to that, and trying to make builds in that style. And first I wanted to make it like a really gross and grimy motel with a lot of dirt stains everywhere and maybe a dead body in one of the rooms. I'm not sure. But then it just, this pink and green and orange just took over because I thought it was so cute, and it ended up making it an actual cozy motel. And I wouldn't mind spending some time here. And I have categorized this lot as a pool, so that's how it works. And I'm sure if you get the new for rent pack, you can just make it into an apartment complex and use it as such. I'm very excited to see all the new build and buy items. I remember one thing I saw from the trailer. It's that kind of a wall of mailboxes. I thought that was so cute. I don't know if it functions. That would be great. I really hope it does. But from the look of it, I don't think it does, because there are more than 6 like mailboxes on there. And I don't know. Maybe it does work. We'll see. Let me know if you're gonna get this pack and what you think about it, and if it's everything you dreamed of, because I think it's gonna fulfill my hotel and motel needs from the look of it, and I'm just very excited to play around with it. So yeah, as you can see, it's like I said, very classic American motel, and I found inspiration from a lot of Pinterest posts, and I have a lot of Sims inspiration or Simspiration folders on my Pinterest, so if you want to check those out, I think there's a link in the description for my Pinterest page or profile, and that's where I gather all my inspiration for future builds. So if you follow me on there, you can maybe get some hints to what I'm up to and what I'm about to build in The Sims. So I gathered a lot of inspiration pics, like I said, and you know, if you wanted to people, if you know, you know. The way I search for images on Pinterest is often where you like type in a word and then just add aesthetic to it. That just it brings up a certain aesthetic. It's very how should I explain this? You take any concept really, and then you just romanticize it. That's kind of what the word aesthetic has become. I've actually studied aesthetics was what I was supposed to say. In school, I studied art at my bachelor. I have a bachelor degree in art, and we had a whole aesthetic class, and it was just very difficult to understand, I remember. So I understand the way people use the word, but it's, in my understanding, not completely correct. But I suppose it's depending on context and whatever, and I think it's fine. I like using it as a Pinterest word, and as a word for describing your computer setup or whatever, like an aesthetic setup. And it gets the point across, so that's fine. So all the rooms on this lot are basically the same. I have left some little hints or Easter eggs or little surprises in some of the rooms, so you can have fun searching for those, and maybe you find something interesting. Just little something you might find in a hotel room or motel room. Which is a hint to what I originally wanted to build, which was this bit more spooky motel from maybe like a horror movie or something. So let me know if you find something interesting you didn't expect in one of the rooms. So yeah, I am building this in Oasis Springs, I think. I wanted it to go on like a deserty, sandy lot. Or maybe this is, what's it called? Strangerville? Yeah, I think it is. And because I really like that desert look, and I wanted to use palm trees and the big cacti and stuff. I just really love that look combined with the motel, because it just reminds me of something you would see in a movie where your characters are driving out into the middle of nowhere and there's a weird motel and they maybe pull over and sleep there for the night and have an experience. Actually, on my bucket list, I have like a tiny little bucket list for if and when I ever go to America, and it's just a list of little things I would like to do. And one of them is staying in a motel like this, just for one night, just to see what the vibes are like. And I'm a bit scared because everything I've like seen in movies, you know, it's just my stupid foreigners movie impressions of things, you know. So don't take it as like, this is what I think motels are like. But it's just, you know, find a motel that has this vibe of those movies, and just, you know, have the movie experience of staying in one of these for the night. So just driving out to the middle of nowhere and staying in a motel, that could be fun. And yeah, on that bucket list I also have like going to the world's largest ketchup bottle, just see it and be like, yeah, that's okay, check, and then move on. I should actually start writing stuff down physically to this list, because it's just like in my mind and I often forget what's on there. So if I actually go one day, I'll be like, oh shit, what do I have to do? And I would hate to go back home and be like, oh no, I forgot to do this one thing. So in this trip in my imagination, it's just taking a plane to either East or West coast America, and then buy a car and then just drive to the other coast, like from east to west or the other way around, and just see America in between. You get like a tour visa of 3 months and just have a blast for a while. And then when I get to the other side, I just sell that car or junk it or whatever, depending on its state, and then just take a plane back home and be like, yeah, I checked off my little list and I'm good. And it was amazing. That's the dream. But we'll see. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but you never know. With everything going on in the world right now, I just don't feel like traveling. It's making me very anxious. Everything with new American laws that's kind of going backwards in time, which is, it sucks. And all the wars going on, everything is just making me feel like, okay, I'm just gonna stay home here in Denmark, where it's okay right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay put. Let me know if you feel the same way, if the whole world situation is making you anxious and you just wanna hang out at home and be chill, because I feel you. Okay, let's get back to the build. So as you can see, the edge of the parking lot is just stopping at this sand thing, because it's a general problem in The Sims 4. I don't believe it was that big of a deal in The Sims 3, where your lot does not line up with the road. And I don't understand why they make the lots just a lot next to a road, because there's no connection to the sidewalk, there's no connection to the road. And I remember in Sims 3, excuse my bad English, in The Sims 3, I need to speak slower. Maybe it's because they had cars and it was a bigger thing, because you can like make a driveway and such, and have an actual functional driveway where you like drive in and out with your car into the street. Maybe that's why they don't do it in Sims 4, because we don't have functional cars. I don't know. Anyway, the thing where it just every lot lines up with the sidewalk. So you can have like a little path that you have on your actual lot, and you could go all the way out and hit the sidewalk, so it actually connects. But in The Sims 4, it's like a huge thing with most of the lots, if not all of them. I'm sure there's some that are fine. Where there's a gap between the sidewalk and where you can build to. So for example, this one, there's a turning road, and then there's a gap of this sand and things you can't do anything about because it's outside your lot. And then there's your lot. So if you build like a house and you want a walking path thing from your door to the street, there's gonna be a gap, and it's just so annoying. Why can't you just make something that connects? It's kind of a big deal to me as a builder. That was also something Lil Simsy talked about in a video, and I hadn't really thought about it that much until she mentioned it. And since then, I've just been like, yeah, that's so annoying. And I've been really like hung up on it since, and it's kind of an issue in my mind. So I hope in all future new worlds they make that the road just connects to the lots, so there isn't this weird gap, because it looks weird when your tile or like walking paths from your house just stops in the middle of nothing in like a harsh line. Obviously you can like soften out your terrain paint and something, but it's still annoying to have it stop and not just connect to the sidewalk, which it would in real life, obviously. But obviously we can't have everything like real life in The Sims 4. We take what we can and say thank you. So here, let me talk about the build. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling about everything and nothing. It's the unit of like the owner of the motel. That's why it's like connected there. And yeah, I'm like popping in and out of all the rooms, so it's not very coherent. I'm sorry. So that's like the not back rooms. It's not like those spooky games. So this is where you like come in and say, can I have a room? And the person says, yeah, sure, here's a key. And then you go to your assigned room. And this is like a little activity room where you can play board games and maybe hang out with some other residents. And obviously there's a pool, there's bowling, so there's a lot to occupy yourself with. And I think I do it at the very end. I built a little watchtower for a lifeguard. So obviously it's not functional because it's not a thing where lifeguards can actually like watch swimmers in pools and jump in and save them. That could be cool though, now that I mention it. If you had functioning lifeguards, that could be like a game pack maybe. I have like a Baywatch themed little pack, like a summer pack that could go well with like Solani and stuff. And they could like run in slow motion. That could be really funny. And just like add it to obviously a pool lot, like, which is a thing. That could be fun. Anyway, I just made a decorational lifeguard tower. So you can actually get up there. There's a little ladder and you simply can crawl up. It was a bit of a challenge to make it. I think I'm starting it now, yeah. But I figured it out. I'd made like a room and then put a platform on top of that, deleted that room so it's like floating. Then I put pillars underneath, added a ladder, and then just added the furniture and stuff. And yeah, I struggled a lot with this. I just edited everything out where I couldn't figure it out. So I hope that's okay. Oh yeah, I can't believe I've actually almost talked for 24 minutes. I hope you're very proud of me. I don't know why I get so nervous about making voiceovers, because it's fine when I just do it, because there's a whole video I can talk about, and often I talk about anything but the video. So I don't know, that's weird. Let me know if you do the same, if you're a content creator, like a Sims creator like me, and you make something and you just postpone it because you you don't want to do the voiceover. It gives you stage fright. And yeah, it's okay. So these room dividers, I think they work perfectly in this build. I can't believe I didn't do that sooner. And I never use these ever in my builds, and I was just so happy that they finally have purpose. So I just put them up all the way around on those walking paths around the motel and in the bowling room alley thing. They just work perfectly. Yeah, the whole bowling pack just works great with the whole motel vibe, because it's that groovy mid-century modern thing. And yeah, they work great. I love it. I love those room dividers, and they like light up in the gaps, and it looks so cool. So that was perfect. But yeah, let me know if you're a procrastinator of making voiceovers like me. I don't know why I'm not used to it. This is like my video number 100 and something, and I still get nervous when I'm about to do voiceovers, especially when it's longer videos like this one, which is almost 24 minutes. But now that I'm almost done, it's like, why was it such a big deal? Why can't I just do it? But I also do it with videos that are like in less than 10 minutes, so I guess it's just a thing I do. But yeah, that is almost that from me today. Let me know what you think about this build in the comments. Are you gonna get the new expansion pack, The Sims 4 for rent? Unfortunate name. I believe they could have come up with something less annoying to say. Maybe just The Sims 4 rent. Just rent, not 4. Because of the number 4. But yeah, whatever, it's fine. Oh yeah, before I forget, I will be doing a giveaway of the new pack over on my Instagram. So make sure to go follow me over there. It's at MagpieCliff. It's very easy. It's the same as my YouTube channel. So head over there and keep an eye out, because I will be posting that very soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!